Yo, if you haven't tried the photo mode on Cyberpunk 2077, this thing is highly addictive. It looks so clean.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the
Bad user! Bad user!
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Yeah, that one, the that voice that was screaming, bad user, that's Skippy right there on the wall. He's in gun jail. He is in jail for life now. I'm gonna show you exactly how to get Skippy so you can stash him or use the gun. This is kind of like a crazy mission. There's a lot to this mission to be able to keep the gun, and also at what settings if you wanted to just shoot the kneecaps or if you wanted to shoot headshots to kill. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. This is where you find Skippy. It's going to be in an alley. It is in the area of the Valentinos. But yeah, I'm going to zoom out so you can get a better idea of where it's at. It is in the Vista del Rey area. All right, here you go. And again, it's gonna be in an alley. And anyway, so when you first find the gun, it's gonna ask you if you wanted to have hit the the headshot, the cold-blooded settings, or the loving puppy or something like that. If you pick the puppy, he's going to shoot in the kneecaps. After about 50 players killed, he's gonna change the settings to cold-blooded. So that's something to think about. And of course, that is the vice versa as well. If you pick cold-blooded, after 50 NPCs killed, he's going to change the settings to puppy pacifier, and that would be permanent. You won't be able to change it back. So if you wanted to kill, go ahead and pick puppy pacifier, because that's how later on he's going to change it to permanent to cold-blooded. And if you want just to shoot kneecaps, then go ahead and pick cold-blooded. And then after 50 players, he's going to come back and he's going to change it to puppy, which is the kneecaps. And that's going to be permanent. You won't be able to change that back later.
100%.
Now, one of the things that I want to say is that Skippy is like one of the coolest guns in the game, but they messed up the mission. I think CD Projekt Red could have done the mission. They should have done something different with Skippy, because at the end they pretty much damaged the gun. If you decide to keep Skippy, he's not going to have that fun personality anymore. He's just gonna scream at you, bad user, for like the rest of the time that you keep him. And you guys are gonna see what exactly I'm talking about. So, as at first you have to kill more than 50 NPCs so he can come back and tell you that he's going to change the settings, because you can't be a psycho. And again, if you pick the puppy, then he'll change it to permanent settings to the cold-blooded killer. And I didn't know that, so I ended up staying with the puppy settings, because I wanted headshots in the beginning, so I picked the headshots in the beginning, and then at the end he changed the settings to puppy loving whatever permanently. So I that's what my gun's settings is at, and you can't change it. That's where CD Projekt Red could have done better. They should give us the option if we wanted to have cold-blooded settings or kneecap settings. I don't know why they did that. And also, they should give us the option if we want him to be angry or mad. I mean angry or happy. As you can see there's the settings. I messed up and picked the Stone Cold Killer. But yeah, man, this is, I don't know. This is kind of like a bittersweet mission. It's really weird the way you don't really have much say so in it. And again, this is one of the guns that is also available to put in the stash. So every time you come to the stash, if Skippy is there, then he's always going to scream at you, bad user. And it kind of feels wrong. I just hope that we can get a patch for this gun later on. And yeah, that way we can be happy with Skippy, because I think they could have done a lot more with the gun. Have a better experience with the gun, if that makes any sense. Okay, so here, after a few days, when you killed over 50 people, he's gonna come back and he's gonna change the settings to permanent. And then after a few days later, he's gonna come back and say, I found some files and I found my original owner. Can you please take me back? And the owner is gonna be Regina. I think the name is Regina Jones. So you have two options. Either you can take her to the original owner, and if you do, you're gonna lose the gun. And that's like, what? Like, why? This is one of the best guns out there. Why would you give it up? Okay, so that's the option that you have. The other option is to keep it, to say, you know what, I'm not going to return you back. And if you do that, I mean, obviously that's the best choice for us. But Skippy, for some reason, just decides to get really upset if you don't take him back to his original owner. And then he's just all he's gonna say after that is just gonna be bad user, bad user. He's gonna scream at you all the time, bad user, and that's the only way you can keep him. Once he starts telling you bad user, that's when you know that you can go ahead and stash him in the stash room, because without you going through the process of him, you know, talking to you back and changing the settings and telling you about about the files that he found and his original owner, you won't be able to put him in the stash. You have to go through all the steps. He has to talk to you first. Then after all of that, when you tell him no, I'm not gonna take you back, then that's when you can stash him in the stash room. I hope that you understand everything that I said, guys. I hope that I explained myself the best possible way. And yeah, that's the way that you can keep the gun. I'm just like I said, I'm just really upset that the way the mission ends, it's like you can either give him away or you can keep him, but he won't be happy anymore, and that kind of sucks. And yeah, so once you see the machine gun mission pop up, that's when you have a choice to decide if you want to keep him or if you want to take him back. If you, like I said, if you take him back, you're gonna lose the gun. It's over. I decided to keep him, and here he is in the stash room. And like I said, I hope there's a patch later on where we can actually change settings to Skippy and he can be happy, or we can maybe hack into him and make him happy, and keep the gun in the way it was supposed to be, I think, in my opinion. Alright guys, that is another gun for the stash, and I'm going to continue to work on more. Just please subscribe, don't forget to subscribe, keep up with us, and yeah, join the family, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.